In order to start with this sum, in the notes, if you see, I have worked this out by multiplying the numerator and denominator by sec a plus tan a. Why did I do it? I did it because I knew that sec square a minus tan square a is equal to 1. Okay. That is why I multiplied the numerator of this by sec a minus tan a. So that I can get sec square a minus tan square a. What you can also do is, instead of multiplying by sec a minus tan a, this is one method I have shown you. Another method I will show you here is changing everything to sine and cos. We start from the left hand side. Now sec a can be written as 1 by cos a. Tan a can be written as sine a by cos a. And this 1 by cos a you write as it is. So we have changed everything to sine and cos. Now we simplify. Take LCM in the denominator. In the numerator, you get sine a plus cos a. And this 1 by cos a, you write as it is. Now what you can do is, you can write this as cos a by sine a plus cos a minus 1 by cos a. Now you take the LCM here once again. You get cos a into sine a plus cos a as your LCM. So that in the numerator now you get cos a into cos a, which is cos square a minus, and here you get sine a plus cos a. Okay. So this is your left hand side. Fine. Now we keep it as it is, because now, it seems that we cannot do anything else with this, right? So what you do is you now move on to the right hand side. The right hand side was 1 by cos a minus 1 by sec a minus tan a. We change everything to sine and cos. Now you take the LCM. One by cos a we write as it is, and here in the denominator you take the LCM. You get sine a plus cos a. So again 1 by cos a minus, and this cos a will go on top, and in the denominator you will be left with only sine a plus cos a. Now I take the LCM. See, you have a cos a here, so you only get sine a plus cos a. And here you have cos a into cos a, which is cos square a. Right? The mistake that I have made here is this should be a minus, because I have sec a minus tan a here. So this will also become minus. Here this will also become a minus, and here this will also become a minus. And when you are taking the LCM, this will become a minus, right? So now what can you do? But you can write this as minus. If you take out, you get cos square A minus sin A plus cos A divided by cos A into sin A minus cos A. Because why did we take minus sign common? Because see here, I have cos square A first here, right? That's why. And also in the denominator, if you see here, I have sin A plus cos A. Here I have got sin A minus cos A. Okay, so you can write this as minus cos square A minus sin A minus cos A divided by cos A into sin A minus cos A. Okay. Now again, the small mistake here. If I take the LCM here between these two fractions, I get 1 plus sin A, isn't it? I get 1 plus sin A by cos A, right? But now here in the denominator, I will get 1 plus sin A, right? So now here when I'm taking the LCM, I'll get cos square A minus 1 plus sin A, isn't it? 1 by cos A plus sin A by cos A. If I'm taking the LCM, I must get a 1 plus sin A in the numerator, isn't it? I had taken sin A plus cos A. That was a mistake. And now you can write this as cos A by 1 plus sin A. Now you take the LCM of the two fractions, you will get cos square A minus 1 plus sin A. Now you simplify this also a little. That is, you can write this as, you open the brackets, cos square A minus 1 minus sin A divided by cos A into, this is 1 plus sin A. So you get cos square A minus 1 minus sin A, and you in denominator you get cos A into 1 plus sin A. Okay, next, what can you do with this? See, cos square A minus 1 I have. So I can write this as 1 minus cos square A. And minus sin A, I write as it is. So here I get cos A by 1 plus sin A. And 1 minus cos square A is nothing but sin square A. Sin square A minus sin A divided by cos A into 1 plus sin A. Further, from the numerator, you can take minus sin A common. You get 1 plus sin A divided by cos A into 1 plus sin A. These two will cancel. So you get minus tan A. So my left hand side is equal to minus tan A. Now coming back to the right hand side. Right hand side here was 1 by cos A minus sec A minus tan A. So I have now changed everything to sine and cos in the second step. And I have taken the LCM here. So that LCM here will now be 1 minus sine A by cos A. So that in the next step, 1 by cos A will remain as it is, minus this will be cos A divided by 1 minus sine A. And now you take the LCM. Let us do it fresh. One by cos A we write as it is. And we take the LCM in fact here. Next step. We write cos A into 1 minus sine A. And now you have a cos A here. That means here I must have 1 minus sine A. And here I have 1 minus sine A. So here I must have cos A into cos A, which is cos square A. Right? So now you open the brackets and take cos squared 1 minus cos squared together. Now 1 minus cos square here can be written as sine square A. Okay? Now in the numerator you can take sine A common to get 1 minus sine A divided by cos A into 1 minus sine A. Okay. In fact, you get sine A minus 1, not 1 minus sine A. In the numerator, if you take sine A common, you get sine A minus 1. Okay. Now you see, in the numerator, I have sine A minus 1. In the denominator, I have 1 minus sine A. So if I take minus out here, sine A minus 1 can be written as 1 minus sine A. So now these will cancel, you get minus 10. What you see is left hand side you are getting as left hand side you are getting minus tan A. Right hand side you are getting as minus tan A. LHS is equal to RHS, hence proved. Okay. So this is the second way of doing this sum. As I told you, most of the problems can be solved by changing everything to sine and cos. Let us proceed with the next one, which is 30 part 3. To prove here, we have tan A plus sine A divided by tan A minus sine A is equal to sec A plus 1 divided by sec A minus 1. We start from the left hand side. Now you see a tan on the left hand side, tan and sine here, and you see a sec here. That means if you change everything to sine and cos, simplify, and then later you can change to sec. So what you can do here is you can write tan A as sine A by cos A plus sine A. The denominator is Sin A by cos A minus sin A, right? Now you take the LCM. In the numerator, if you're taking the LCM, you get sin A plus, and here you get sin A cos A. Denominator cos A, and you get sin A minus sin A cos A. So that cos A and cos A will cancel here. In the next step, in the numerator, if you see you have sin A into sin A plus cos A, you can take sin A common. You get 1 plus cos A. And in the denominator, you can take sin A, you get 1 minus cos A. Now again sin A and sin A will cancel. You get 1 plus cos A by 1 minus cos A. But the left hand side is, but the right hand side you see is in terms of sec. We change cos to sec. We write cos as 1 by sec A. Take the LCM. Now sec A and sec A will cancel. We will get sec A plus 1 in the numerator. In the denominator, you will get sec A minus 1, which is equal to your right hand side. That's it. Moving on to the next sum. 31. The question here is, if sin theta plus cos theta is equal to root 2 sine 90 degree minus theta, show that cot theta is equal to root 2 plus 1. Okay. So you have whatever is given here is given in terms of sin theta and cos theta. So let's write what is given here. So we have sin theta plus cos theta is equal to root 2 sine 90 degree minus theta. Right? Now see, on the right hand side you have a complementary angle. So you change it. Sine 90 minus theta will become cos theta. Now you see, you want to find out cot theta, but you have everything in terms of sin theta and cos theta. Then what will you do? You see that tan theta or cot theta is nothing but cos by sine, isn't it? So you divide both sides by sin theta. Dividing both sides by sin theta. We get sin theta plus cos theta divided by sin theta is equal to root 2 cos theta divided by sin theta. So that now in the next step, you get sin theta by sin theta, which is 1, plus cos theta by sin theta is equal to root 2 cos theta by sin theta. These two signs will cancel. You'll get 1 plus cos theta by sin theta is cot theta. Root 2 again, cos by sin is cot. This you can write as 1 is equal to root 2 cot theta minus cot theta. That means this can be written as 1 is equal to, if you take cot theta common, you get root 2 minus 1. Now you divide both sides by root 2 minus 1 to get 1 by root 2 minus 1 is equal to cot theta, right? That means cot theta is 1 by root 2 minus 1. Rationalize the denominator, multiply both sides, numerator and denominator, by root 2 plus 1. Get root 2 plus 1 divided by root 2 square minus 1 square, which is nothing but root 2 plus 1. And that is what you had to show. You had to show that cot theta is equal to root 2 plus 1. Fine. Last sum, 35. Any other questions you have from this exercise? No one has any question?
No, sir.
Question is, if x is equal to h plus a cos theta and y is equal to k plus a sin theta, prove that x minus h whole square plus y minus k whole square is equal to a square. Okay, we start from the left hand side. Left hand side here is what? X minus h whole square plus y minus k whole square. So we start from the left hand side. X minus h whole square plus y minus k whole square. Put the values of x and y. H plus a cos theta minus h whole square plus, here you have k plus a sin theta minus k. So plus h and minus h will cancel. You're only left with a cos theta whole square. Plus, and in the second one, plus k and minus k cancel. You get a sin theta whole square. So that here you get a square cos square theta plus a square sin square theta. Now you can take a square out to get cos square theta plus sin square theta, which is equal to a square into 1, which is equal to a square, which is equal to your right hand side. And that is the required proof. Fine. No questions here. So I'll stop here.